Well, tonight we are following the impact from Hurricane Sally. Many of us still without power and working overtime to clean up the devastation and destruction on the coast.
Here's what you need to know tonight. Baldwin County officials have confirmed 2 people have died from the storm. One in Orange Beach, the other from cleanup in Foley.
For those of us still in the dark, be patient with power crews. It may be next week before you get your power back.
Mobile and Baldwin County students will not know if they're going back to school until Sunday.
Finally, in Baldwin County, many of the gas stations that ran out of fuel yesterday received new shipments. Those supplies continue to be stretched throughout the county. Now, we have team coverage across the entire Gulf Coast tonight. From here in Mobile to down on the beach, we're going to take you to recovery efforts all along the Gulf Coast.
Today was the first time residents of one Maysville community were able to leave their homes after being stranded since early Wednesday morning. A large tree and power lines blocked the only way they could get in and out of their homes. NBC 15's Justin Moore joins us now live from Colonial Court with more. Justin?
Well, Kim, people are dealing with so much right now, and it breaks your heart. Now, the community here in Mobile is breathing just a little bit of sigh of relief tonight. Sick, scared, and alone.
I just can't get out. I can't walk before.
Hurricane Sally knocked down this large pine tree wrapped in live power lines, trapping many neighbors like Patsy Evans in this cul-de-sac on Colonial Court for nearly 3 days.
If I could walk up here, I could get out of here myself. But I can't walk. I got my car down there, but I can't get out with my car. No one.
Neighbors say they've also been without power since early Wednesday morning, forcing Evans to go to her car at 2 and 3 in the morning to suction her trachea and use her oxygen machine.
Then my oxygen down to 25, so I need to stay in the car to charge it up. And I'm about to run out of gas charging it up. Because I could stop breathing in a minute. Or you could get stopped up and I had to call the paramedics to come in here. It's a mess.
LaGertha Bridges lives down the street from Evans. She says most of her neighbors are seniors with severe health issues. Another neighbor had to be physically removed from her home because live power lines blocked her wheelchair ramp.
Alabama Power and the fire department came out Wednesday morning. And the tree is still down.
Family members had to cut through Sammy Grace's yard behind the tree stump in order to take food and ice to loved ones.
Like I said, I wish I could pick this tree up and move it, but I can't do that.
The tree was on Grace's property. He says he's traumatized by the last couple of days.
And I feel so bad. Like I said, my neighbors there can't get out. They locked in. They no eat, no nothing.
After making calls, Councilman Levon Manzi contacted Mobile Public Works, and a tree cutting service cleared the street before noon. During our noon newscast, Mrs. Evans was taken to a hotel.
Yes, sir. Very happy. I'm glad y'all helped get it out of the way.
Now, as you can see, this power pole and power lines are still blocking this driveway of this home here. Now, we were told earlier that power should be back on by this evening, but we're now learning that it could be a little bit longer because they're going to have to replace this pole that split as well. Live in Mobile, Justin Moore, NBC 15 News.
Justin, thank you. Brand new information in the last hour. Mobile Mayor Sandy Stimpson has announced the city's curfew will continue tonight. It will begin later, though, at 9:30 and go until 6 o'clock in the morning.
Governor Kay Ivey made her way to the Gulf Coast this morning, taking a look at the damage from above. Later, she joined federal, state, and local leaders to talk about the state's path forward. NBC 15's James Gordon was there. As many of you without power, ice, or food continue wondering what's next.
Right now, the only helping hand is coming from church groups and neighbors and corporate sponsors, handing out ice and supplies and food. That's because the first 72 hours are on you. And it's not just a saying right now, it's reality.
You know, we just stood in line for an hour to get some propane for our stove and an hour to get gas. So you just got to be patient and wait your turn.
People know that a lot of things are out of place and that some things are missing.
John, it's really bad.
Today, Governor Kay Ivey, who toured the damaged areas, came to reassure all of us that help is on the way. Congressman Bradley Byrne has been in direct contact with the White House and with FEMA at the federal level. For the moment, supplies like ice, water, and food are stationed at Craig Air Force Base in Dallas County.
So the idea was it was far enough away where that area wouldn't be affected, and then that would make it easier for them to bring it down here. But the local officials have to decide where they want it.
Just to get gas.
We just said.
I understand. Go to Dollar General just to get canned goods.
Dean Smithia has no power at home, so he cranked out the grill and started cooking for everyone, anyone.
It's been a true blessing, you know. Locals down here, we've got to take care of each other right now. You know, a lot of us without power. I live right back here, and I don't have power. I'm sleeping there. I'm taking care of myself.
Cleaning up will take time. Patience as well as resilience will have to rule the days ahead.
Not only will we rebuild, but we will rebuild stronger than ever before.
Right now, ice is a big commodity, and the one company that's handling most of the power outages throughout Baldwin County, Baldwin EMC, plans to hand out free ice this coming weekend, especially on Saturday and Sunday at various Baldwin County schools. In Gulf Shores, James Gordon, NBC 15 News.
We are just learning the schools where the ice giveaways will be happening beginning tomorrow at 11:30. You can get ice at Bay Minette Elementary, Central Baldwin Middle, and Foley Middle Schools. Limit is 2 bags per family.
We're seeing the emotional and physical toll this devastation is having on our neighbors. Today we learned the second confirmed death from Hurricane Sally came from cleanup in Foley. NBC 15's Rachel Wilkerson is live from Foley right now, from Loxley, right now. Rachel, officials are warning folks to use caution while cleaning up.
Kim, this tree is uprooted. I'm 5'4", just to give you a perspective of how large it is. It smashed into this house, leaving the family left cleaning up the mess. This is the scene throughout parts of the neighborhood. Thousands across Baldwin County are still feeling the aftermath of Hurricane Sally.
The intensity of the wind blowing, you know, like it would be slower and then you would hear it just speed up and get more powerful. It was crazy.
And it made the trees fall down.
Which meant there was a lot of debris to pick up. Becky Kirkland and her 8 children have worked relentlessly for the past 2 days picking up debris. Down the street, several uprooted trees plagued this Loxley neighborhood.
I mean, you were terrified of just getting smushed. That was it.
We found Deputy Director for the 911 Communications Center in Mobile, Charlie McNichol, among those cleaning up the mess. He rode out Hurricane Sally at the 911 building, assisting others, but came home to no power and a yard full of tree limbs.
Today I've been raking and, you know, like everyone else doing the cleanup, but it gets hot.
Although McNichol is a first responder, he's had to take breaks himself. He says they've received several 911 calls from people shocked Hurricane Sally caused so much chaos and wants to remind folks to take it easy.
You just get heat exhaustion, and that's real. But I think people are so anxious to get their places cleaned up and kind of get back to normal that they may go overboard in their cleanup efforts and just get exhausted and physically drained. So you really have to hydrate.
There's just so much that could happen to your body. You're stressing your heart, you're stressing your whole body.
Utility crews are working to restore power across the county. Reminder, if you are working to clean up the yard, make sure to stay hydrated. Reporting in Baldwin County, Rachel Wilkerson, NBC 15 News.
Now, the farther you go down 59, the worse the damage gets. Look at this incredibly heartbreaking video from Gulf Shores and these pictures from Foley. They were sent to us by viewers Charlotte Curry and Jacqueline Minyard. Our team coverage takes us to Foley now, and NBC 15's Corey Pippin. Corey, power crews have set up shop at OWA.
Greg, more than 1,100 linemen from Baldwin County and across the country are now working to help thousands of local residents still without power. And this massive operation you see in the parking lot of OWA will be home base for them until the county is back up and running. It's a partnership between Baldwin EMC, which is coordinating the crews and where they go, and Storm Services LLC, an Alabama business which provides shelter, food, bathroom, and shower amenities and more to the crews while they work. Storm Services most recently helped in Louisiana in the aftermath of Hurricane Laura. Baldwin EMC officials say crews have been out working tirelessly for the last 2 days. When the linemen sleep, Storm Services fuels up vehicles to prepare for the next day.
Those huge winds that we had
and the high rain that we had, that's what caused the 4,300 trees to be in our power lines. That's what caused the 2,000 poles to be broken across our system. So we have a lot of work to do, but we have the crews on the ground working.
Baldwin EMC officials say as of 9 a.m. this morning, they still had about 77,000 meters out, nearly 94% of their customer base. The good news, they say they expect to have around 20,000 meters back up and running by tonight. Reporting live in Foley, I'm Corey Pippin, NBC 15 News.
Corey, thank you. Now on this side of the bay, Alabama Power is rolling out to get power restored as soon as possible. Here's what we know right now. Alabama Power says about 56,000 of its customers are without power in the Mobile area. The company says those customers may not get power until next week. In Baldwin County, Riviera Utilities is reporting about 27,000 customers without power. We are tracking the tropics tonight and have already run out of names. For the second time in history, we are using the Greek letters to name storms. Let's bring in meteorologist Kelly Foster now. Kelly, Beta has now formed in the Gulf.
Yes, the second Greek letter. We had Alpha develop, and that's already made landfall, and now we have Beta sitting about 280 miles southeast of the mouth of the Rio Grande, and it is forecast to strengthen. Hurricane hunters from Biloxi, Mississippi are flying out into the storm as we speak. They're going to give us brand new information coming in around 7 p.m. and then again at 10 p.m. tonight. Right now, max sustained winds are at 40 miles per hour. It's moving north-northeast at about 7 miles per hour, and you can see it's going to continue moving north-northeast, north, bending back to the west, and then it could make a go north again. Right now, the current thinking is with a lot of the models, this could make landfall in between Corpus Christi and northeastern Mexico. But look at this. Today we had 4 named storms out in the tropical Atlantic. We have Hurricane Teddy that's going to make a brush with Bermuda this weekend and then impact Canada by the middle of next week. Alpha came alive near Portugal, has already made landfall across the coast of Portugal. And then we have Wilfred that is strengthening, that will not impact land. And then we had Beta come alive right in our backyard, the Gulf of Mexico. We're watching 2 more areas of disturbed weather, so we're not done with this hyperactive season yet. We'll talk more about the tropics as I track it and your weekend forecasts coming up.
Kelly, thanks. The race to the pump is on. Coming up, we're going to take you to one of the area's best-known gas stations to show you how you can find fuel for yourself.
But first, the flooding in Florida created dangerous situations. After the break, the harrowing phone call that saved one person's life.
You're watching NBC 15 News, winner of the Regional Edward R. Murrow Overall Excellence Award.
More incredible video from the flooding on the Florida Panhandle. Check out this video from Escambia Bay in northeast Pensacola. These houses flooded all the way up to the bottom floors. Much of Escambia and Santa Rosa County were flooded, creating life-threatening situations there. Christian Flores joins us now with one caught on 911 phone recordings.
In the call, you can hear the desperation in the caller's voice as the car continues quickly going underwater while still on the phone with the 911 operator.
I'm stuck in my car. It's going underwater on Hamilton Bridge Road.
Okay, are you in the vehicle?
Yes, I can't get out.
Harrowing moments for a 911 caller stuck in a car as water filled it Wednesday after Hurricane Sally flooded roads.
Water's rising, and I can't open the doors.
This happened in Santa Rosa County. Throughout the call, you can hear the 911 operator try and help the person in distress figure out how to get out of the submerging car. In this Santa Rosa County rescue, the person eventually shoots out the window and remained on top of the car until help arrived.
Are you out?
I'm on top of the car.
You're on top of the car. Okay, perfect.
We're in Pensacola, Florida. Christian Flores reporting.
Back on this side of the state line, the lack of power has led to a run on gasoline. Here's a look at Gas Buddy's outage tracker. As you can see, most stations on Highway 59 from Foley south have no power or gas. Right now, your best bet is to head to the Eastern Shore or north of I-10. And we have a link to this tracker on our website. Just look under the Find It section.
Hundreds of people across Alabama and Florida are out searching to find gas. NBC 15's Jaysha Patel was at Buc-ee's this morning as long lines started to form.
Actually living in our playhouse that I built my little girl when she was about 2 years old. She's 18 now, and We're camped out in the yard.
What was just a pretend house is now a home for Sonny Crow and his family, and that home needs power.
We're just waiting on the insurance company to get back with us so we can get our roof back on, get the fire back on, and get on with life.
Sonny is just one of the hundreds of people stopping by Buc-ee's today to get gas for their generators after Hurricane Sally battered coastal Alabama and the Florida Panhandle.
And so what brings you all the way here?
Fuel, propane, chance to get into air conditioning, charge our phones.
Unfortunately, Pensacola is low on fuel, so a lot of people from Pensacola, including myself, have to come up here for gas.
Lines are already starting to form here at Buc-ee's, and we spoke to folks who were also here yesterday, and they said the line stretched for miles and they waited hours just for gas.
It was a 3-hour line yesterday. I was told to get gas, and every place in town don't have gas. If they do, they're on a backup generator and they're only open so many hours.
Power crews will continue to work through the weekend to restore power, but until then, this will be a part of their routines.
Actually, you know, my biggest worry is how am I going to get my laundry done so I can have fresh scrubs to go to work.
It's been just basically a tragedy, but Pensacola's going to get through it, and we're going to rebuild, and like we always have.
You know, everybody's safe, everybody's belly's full. Like a good hot shower, but, you know, that too shall come one day.
Jaysha Patel, NBC 15 News.
Buc-ee's has 120 gas pumps. Some of them this morning were out of service and had white bags over the handles.
There it goes.
All right, check out this incredible video from NBC 15 viewer Allison Steele. You see a tree fall over on her parents' property down on Dog River.
Check out these photos from Cynthia McKay in East Orange Beach. The destruction, it goes on for miles. All of this happening on Palmetto Drive near Wolf Bay. If you want to share your pictures or video of what you are dealing with after the hurricane, we want to see them.
Download our free NBC 15 News app in the App Store. Click Explore at the bottom of the screen, then click Chime In to upload your pictures.
You can also visit mynbc15.com/chime in, and you might just see your pics and videos right here on NBC 15 News.
NBC 15 Weather with meteorologist Kelly Foster, certified most accurate forecast by Weather Rate.
Air Force reconnaissance right now flying into Beta, brand new tropical storm that developed this afternoon. Second letter of the Greek alphabet because we used all the Atlantic tropical names due to the fact that we have had a hyperactive season. It's been record-setting, and Beta continues to set records. We'll talk more about that coming up. But right now we are expecting this brand new tropical storm in our backyard, southwestern Gulf of Mexico, to strengthen further. In fact, this could become a hurricane. Max sustained winds right now are at 40 miles per hour. It's moving towards the north-northeast at about 9 miles per hour. The steering currents are still relatively weak, so the models are trending this towards Texas, possibly even Mexico, and right now it's still up in the air, so we want you to check back for updates, but it does show it in time beginning to bend back to the west and could make a landfall near Corpus Christi, Texas. You can see some of the models even have one outlier going towards Houston, and some of that moisture could ease over into the southern parishes of Louisiana, possibly even southeast Mississippi. So still very preliminary. Check back in with us. We've had a front slip southward today. We're going to have some refreshing fall air coming in. It's not fall yet. We kick off fall officially on Tuesday, but take a look. It is going to keep Beta kind of meandering out here. It does show by early next week it possibly making a brief glance at hurricane status. And again, right now landfall looks to be close to Corpus Christi, Texas. We know that the system will change and wobble, so again, make sure that you tune back in. We continue to track Hurricane Teddy right now. This is going to make a brush with Bermuda and impacting Canada as we head towards the middle of next week. Alpha came alive today off the coast of Portugal and then has already made landfall. Wilfred is not going to be impacting any land, and this is a look at the remnants of Paulette. This is near the Azores. It's sinking southward. There is the potential we could see some redevelopment there, and we are going to be watching for a tropical wave to move off the coast of Africa. Again, we did see that disturbance grab the name of Wilfred, final name on the list today, and then we already made it to Beta. So again, last time that we went to the Greek alphabet was in 2005 when we made it all the way down to Zeta. There's your 7-day tracker. Upper 70s Saturday, Sunday. We're waking up in the 60s and we're kicking off fall on Tuesday.
Kelly, thanks. All but 3 high school football games in our area have been pushed back for good reason tonight.
After the break, a look at when your teams are scheduled to play.
High school football pushed to the back burner as folks begin the recovery process after Hurricane Sally. Games all over our area have been canceled or postponed.
Well, here's a look at the Saturday schedule, courtesy of AL.com. Saraland and Blunt will kick off at 11 in the morning. Every game in Baldwin County has been postponed or canceled.
All right, that's going to do it for NBC 15 News at 6.
We'll be back at 10 o'clock tonight on NBC 15.